Howdy folks, it's me, Manic on a Sunday. I got this impulsive thing where I feel like I need to go look for some records, and there's only one place I know to go look for records, but I thought, hey, look, I'll show you the Stairway to Heaven, how it's all the foliage has filled out. But I'm always forgetting that damn cell phone. I've got one of those old man programs where you pay $10 a month and they give you a free phone, and if you actually use the phone it costs you a quarter a minute. The lilies are still going strong, although we're probably just past the peak for most of them. Who's going to pay $50 a month, $90 a month, $100 a month for a cell phone? I mean, what's the point? I mean, how much can you talk about that people, speaking of using a cell phone and yapping all the time, is that people, and this goes with the multi-universe thing, where everybody has a universe, each person has one that rotates around them, is that if you go outside your universe and you infect another universe, the people that you infect with your communications only hear about 10% of what you have to say. Yeah, it's starting to get into summer. Things are winding down. This is a wonderful plant. That is, probably comes from a self-help book like Men Are From Mars and Women Are From some other unnamed. There's a big ass weed. How come I don't see these things? Unbelievable. Is that women want men to listen. When a man tells you a story, it's like, here's how the story goes. I stepped on a nail and the wound was bad enough I went to the hospital. That's it. They don't even say how they feel. You got to say, well, how you feel? Are you okay? Yeah. And that's the end of the story, okay? See, that's a great weed right there. You can hardly get to the roots of that one. And here's what a woman's, same story. All sorts of huge ass weeds in here. Here's the deal. They step on a nail, they come home, and they tell you the story like this. Well, I was going out shopping today, and I met with my friend, and we had lunch. What we had for lunch was this really great little Mexican restaurant. Food I had was a chicken. It was real, but we couldn't get it that day, so we were shopping, and we had to park at this place. They were building a building there, and I'm not sure. I think it's going to be some kind of new clothing store. Anyway, it's out near the mall, and we stopped, and I got out of the car, and oh my God, there was a board on the ground, and there was a nail in it, and I stepped on it. Well, I ruined the pair of shoes I had on. That was my first thought. I couldn't believe I did that. I just bought those shoes. Well, apparently, I probably shouldn't go to the record store and should just stay home and pull effing weeds. Look at the size of this clover, for Christ's sakes. We rushed to the emergency room, and they pulled the board off my foot with the shoe, and they found that the nail actually didn't go into my foot, but went through between my big toe and my second toe. And I'm fine, God, thank God. And your response better be, oh my God, I can't believe it. That's horrible. Well, here's the deal. If everybody, men and women, only pay attention to 10% of what anyone has to say in any story, the story should be more like the man's version. I don't know what this is, but a very tropical and exotic looking flowers. But I would still say something like, oh my God, well, I'm glad you're okay. I would still show some concern. And let's check on the bushes in crisis here and see. So I'm going to apologize for that story because, it's like a blanket sort of stupid story, and it doesn't apply to everyone. It just doesn't apply, and not in all instances. Mums, I let them go too soon. I just can't keep up with everything. Why? Because I'm looking for records. It's the times when they look at you, you know something's wrong, and they don't say anything. That's when you need to worry. There are no right answers. So when they tell the story, you can't just agree with everything, because then you're going to be in trouble. And you can't respond to anything, because as a man, you want to fix stuff. So there's some stories they're going to tell you that listening's just not good enough. Any kind of response is not going to work. Trying to offer any kind of resolution or creative way to resolve the issue is not going to work. And you're just doomed that day, my friend. You're just doomed. They would like to help you with whatever problem you have as their maid, and take care of it in an expedited. The woman doesn't listen to any. She listens to 0% of whatever you say in that conversation. The beginning of the story, conversation is the wrong word because it's a story because you're listening. Right from the very beginning, that you're doomed. You listen to the whole thing because at least that act, even though there's no right way, correct way to respond to the situation, and maybe they'll know that you sat there for however about what they were saying. I'm saying. Now, here's the thing. The other thing is that when you're listening to a story, you better be listening because you're going to be questioned. Because halfway through this story where you say, they're going to get angry. Your mate's going to get angry and say, well, what did I say? And you better have, picked up a few keywords along the way so that you could say, I'm going to get in trouble for all this too. But this is just what men and women are all about. This is not like an indictment of either men or women. Nobody's right or wrong in this situation. Except if it's true that as human beings, we only listen to 10% of whatever anybody else is saying. And if that's the case, then women, you need to...
I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I'll give you my heart. I love you, and you alone were meant for me. Please give your loving heart to me and say we'll never part.
Because it's not that we don't care, we just want, oh my God, you stepped on a nail. Fortunately, you went to the hospital and the nail didn't go into your foot and you ruined your shoes. I'm sorry about that, because now you're going to go out and spend another $80 on a pair of shoes that you don't need.
I think of you every morning, dream of you every night.
And, no, I'm sorry, I'm just being silly there. I was just being silly there. That's a whole nother story, money, and never mind. I'm getting big enough trouble.
Darling, I'm never lonely whenever you're inside. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I've given you my heart.
Huge ass mother f***ings.